Everybody likes when you cough right into
Right,
the
the
air.
very first thing, right
Yes.
off the bat. Clear your throat right in everyone's ear.
Setting it up to be just the finest
Absolutely, very
Anyway,
professional.
you welcome to Bombs and Bants. We are doing the pregame stuff, and welcome here. Uh, we'll be going in about 5 minutes, so if you zoom about 5 minutes ahead, hit the theme song, and that's when all the real hilarity will begin. It will be so mirthful tonight,
Yo,
won't it?
yo.
Oh, she's practicing all her things.
That's me just getting everything going.
Roger that. I need to. There we go. We're live. And now I'm on YouTube too. And somebody's even on there with us. So I'll say hi in chat. Remember, if you talk to me in chat, I might talk to you too. Right? Well, if I'm in the middle of
It won't
talking.
be like middle school. They won't ignore you. It's like junior high school. They won't talk to me.
Check this box if you like me. Hmm. And it's Tim Turner. Tim, hi. Welcome.
And Quizzer.
Hey, Quizzer.
Hey, hey, gang's all here. Except no Jim tonight because Jim
Yep,
had to go to the movies.
he did. He even said what movie
It's
it was.
not a good excuse, Jim. Not a good excuse.
Well, you're assuming he says he wants to be back next week to get his massive cannibalism in. Oh, all right. 2 minutes
Hey,
to change.
Canucks. Hmm.
Ah, oh, what a wonderful evening! It feels like a wonderful club when everybody's here, doesn't it?
It does.
It feels very family. That's what I noticed when Jim said, "Hey, I can't be there tonight." It's like, oh yeah, we were having the dinner party tonight. He can be there tonight.
It's funny how you would, say dinner party when Jim's thing is kind of the massive cannibalism.
Well, oh, so many cannibalism jokes. I will just leave that one
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Here, we'll just do this just to make sure it's up and running.
Massive cannibalism.
There we go.
That works. All right, we're about 2 minutes out, which means we're
See,
about.
even when Jim doesn't show up, he still gets his massive cannibalism fix.
Mhm.
So, our cat has discovered a cardboard box down here that she likes very much.
She hides in it.
Yeah. It's kind of a tall, thin box, so she's got plenty of room to get in there and hide. But it's
Hmm.
right off to the side of my desk. So that's where she's sitting now. She just came down here and assumed the position.
Assume the cat position.
The dog, whom you terrified earlier, has finally come out from under my desk. He's sitting beside me now.
Apparently, he really didn't want to go outside.
He never wants to go outside. I don't know what happened to him.
He almost always goes outside.
No, he never does. He got traumatized somehow like a couple years ago and just stopped willingly going outside. Literally, you have to pick him up, take him to the door, and throw him out the back door to get
He
him to
goes
go out.
outside fine for me.
Apparently, he's more terrified of you than he is whatever he's scared of outside.
Well, there we now have it on a graduated scale.
Right, because
I
he
I
will not willingly go outside for either me or Pugsley.
and Mark has come screaming into the show.
Ah! Is
Here's
that good
Mark.
enough scream?
Got to play you in, Mark.
All right, we should be mere seconds away from showtime, so everybody get your game faces on to get all stretched out. So, do we have Think Real Fast tonight, or not? No, I have.
I don't
Think
know.
Real
You
Fast.
tell me.
Do we have Jackass of the Week?
Yes, we do have Jackasses tonight.
Okay.
I did have, and we have funnies too, and I have 7 of them. Wait,
7. Okay.
I might have 8. I think I'm on 8. I have 8.
All right. We'll break them up
I
4
had
and
one
4.
that I had one that was a late ad. So,
Okay. Break them up 4 and 4, however you want to.
all right.
We'll do 4 at the end for the cool down show.
Yeah,
All
ready.
right. It's time. Go. Hit the button.
Bants and Bants. Bants and Bants.
All systems go.
Bants and Bants.
Defiance.
Bants and Bants.
This rebel has a cause.
Bombs and Bants.
We begin as wanderers, and we are wanderers still.
Welcome, everyone, to the 143rd live edition of Bombs and Bants and Wednesday Rants. As always, I am your dedicated and humble host, John Wilder, coming to you from the penthouse control room of the majestic Wilder Industries skyscraper. With me, as always, is Mark.
Hey, greetings, everyone.
And the missus.
Hello.
All right. Remember to like and subscribe because I wrote it down in a document. And sometimes I say it, sometimes I don't.
Pound
But
it.
Mark, using at least 21 words, describe the last weekend.
I did some shopping and other errands and went to church and yeah, that was about it.
Did you buy any guns? That's what we really want to know. Did you buy any weapons?
No, I didn't.
Then it was a wasted weekend. That's all I can say. The missus, how was your weekend? You were sick.
I was sick all weekend, and like 2 different forms of sick. And I know Dr. House always says that's not possible. There's no such thing as coincidence. But really, it was. I was sick, and I took antibiotics. That went away. But the thing that started it all, which was back pain, has not gone away. And I think it's all just stress related. And I was feeling pretty good today, and then I came downstairs, and now I'm like, oh, it's hurting again.
I think you should stop sleeping on the bowling ball. So
Maybe that's some good advice. I don't know.
Yep.
No, couldn't be.
So there is a big announcement. Are you ready for the big announcement?
Okay.
Joe Biden is selected as VP.
All right.
And it is, and I quote, that big green guy from the superhero movies. You know, the thing.
See, I thought he was going to pick Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Well, he hasn't. We can't remember that story because it's too recent.
Okay.
But the thing, the joke is that the thing isn't green.
I know, right? Orange.
The thing's exactly the color of those like marshmallow peanuts you get at Halloween.
Yes.
Yes, that's it. That's the color the thing is.
Those things are so gross. And yet you eat one and you just can't stop. You're like, oh, you take a bite and you're like, God, this is disgusting.
And Codex
Give me
is
another one of
suggesting
those.
back stretching exercises.
Yes, I have been doing back stretching exercises and they have helped.
Don't believe you.
You aren't with me 24 hours a day.
And
trust me, it hurts bad enough that I have been doing them. It's really, like yesterday, I was just miserable yesterday.
Well, I have really good news. For the first time in several weeks, we're going to have Jackass of the Week. Codex loves those peanuts. So
it's a love-hate relationship. Like I said, you eat one and you're like, oh, what am I doing with my life? Give me another one of those.
It's like eating a little Nerf football. Exactly.
Or that canned cheese that you get that you put on nachos. That stuff is so gross. Put more on there.
It is.
Yeah.
It's mind.
I know.
All right. There's some you can do in bed before you wake up. I have never exercised before I woke up.
While you were asleep. I'm intrigued.
All right. Okay, I've done the big announcement. Are we ready for that street we call conversation?
Oh, I suppose.
And now it's time for us to take a stroll down the smooth sidewalks of Conversation Street.
All right, come all along.
Codex brings up another good point, and that is bacon-flavored cheese whiz.
Yes.
Mm.
That I do like.
And the
On
spray cheese in the can. Mm.
chicken and a biscuit.
Oh
All right.
yeah.
This just in: Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris has narrowly escaped a second interview attempt. This was an ambush where a reporter lay in wait and asked her a question. So, rumors are flying that an affidavit was signed by an ABC staffer, indicating that Kamala would not be fact checked. Trump would be fact checked, and they also gave her the general themes of questions that they were discussed with their staff. So that's another thing. Uh, Tim Walz was apparently seen running from the golf course after the most recent Lefty with the Gun event around President Trump. And the reason why we think it was Tim Walz is it wasn't the first time he was seen running from a combat area. And Kamala is leading in the betting polls, but is way behind on Nate Silver's Electoral College prediction in the battleground states where Kamala is losing quite badly. The latest projection I saw was like Trump ending up with 300 electoral votes. So discuss the current state of Kamala Watch.
I'm a little
Let's see.
unclear.
I mean, she keeps on.
Yeah.
Oh, I just said she keeps on. She doesn't do any interviews or anything. There's really nothing to say. I don't even. I haven't even seen really any of her appearances. Does she? I mean, I assume she's out campaigning somewhere.
She actually did an interview, and so I asked her a question about the economy, and she said,
Hold on, don't get ahead of yourself.
"Oh, is that one of the
We'll get there.
Jackasses?"
Yes,
Okay,
we'll get there.
okay. I'm sorry. That's one of the Jackasses. So I'll leave it be.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on, Mark. I'm sorry to interrupt with.
No, I mean that's basically it. I mean, I don't know what to say about her because she doesn't do anything. You know, I'm sure if she was elected president, she'd be the exact same way. You know, if she voted, it'd just be I'm present, and then she'd giggle and go off into a corner and do whatever she does.
That's what she does in the corner. Boy, that sucks. Oh, well, that's also what she does in the corner. Anyway, Trump watch. A crazed leftist was seen on Trump's golf course with an AK, and another may have tried to bomb Trump just today, though I heard her claim it was just a decoy to test bomb-sniffing dogs, because that's exactly what you do right before a presidential candidate is getting ready to do a speech in an area. You put in fake bombs because that's what they do now. But then it gets. But
I hadn't even heard that. Okay.
Yeah, that was straight out today. But then all of this gets even weirder. The first Trump shooter apparently sent money to the guy who shot or who had the AK on the golf course. They were both in BlackRock videos, and there's now a video of the AK guy, the guy with the AK, not the AK guy, which should be Brandon Herrera, and he's good. I'd love to give any shout outs to little channels that only have 2 or 3 million subscribers, being bussed in to a Kamala rally. So the latest guy that they arrested, that skinny looking, can't remember that rock star.
How is he even strong enough
Iggy
to
Pop
lift an
looking,
AK?
yeah, the skinny Iggy Pop looking guy. Yeah, I know, right? And so finally, and this is just an observation, JD Vance can't dance even with ants in his pants. Discuss.
Was JD Vance dancing somewhere? I did not hear about this.
No, there's no actual news. It was just JD Vance and dance ended up in my brain, and I said, well, that obviously involves ants in pants. So talk about Trump.
Well,
and that rhymes with pants, so don't look at me askance.
You know, I after what happened over with Hezbollah the other day, I'm half expecting AIPAC to send Trump a walkie-talkie or a beeper. So
I didn't bring that. No, that is not a story I'm covering tonight. You feel free to talk about it, but because there's just not enough data, because something really weird's going on there. So I wanted to wait until we had a little bit more certainty around that one.
Talking about it. What really weird is going on there?
Okay.
It seems like something that might happen. It seems like something that might happen when you have a functioning intelligence agency that hasn't spent 8 years just trying to bring down an internal political enemy.
No, that's what worries me though. Wait till you're at some Trump rally and suddenly all these people's phones ring and then whole series of explosions. I mean, because they do. They think Trump is well, some of these Democrats, I think, including Kamala, have said that Trump's an existential threat to the country, and MAGA is an existential threat.
Well,
But remember, it's Trump that needs to tone down the rhetoric because he's responsible for the threats on his life because of the things he talks about.
Okay, you guys are focusing on the who, and we already know the who.
You've lost control of this once again.
No, but what I'm saying, the reason I'm holding back on this particular story is the how. All right, it's one thing to turn 3,000 pagers into grenades, which is also
I don't know, John Wilder. That's not my department.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why the ceiling beeps. I don't know why the ceiling beeps. I can predict it, but so when you look at the pagers, the current theory is they packed in with plastic explosives. Okay, great. That means you have to intercept 3,000 pagers. But now we have walkie-talkies. So now we have to get 3,000 pagers and 2,000 walkie-talkies. Plus, I'm hearing
that's a whole different department.
Yeah, and well, it's different sources, and so you end up with either you have to have this one guy, Ahmad, who got this great deal on all these pagers and walkie-talkies. Hey, I got these cut rate. Got them out of Jordan. Or the Israelis are doing something.
I thought that was a Taiwanese company.
The pagers was Taiwanese.
Yeah.
So the company who branded the pagers is Taiwanese, but they said that it was manufactured by someone in a company in Hungary.
Yeah.
And Hungarian government's saying no, they weren't manufactured here. But what we do know is that they were being shipped to Lebanon, but got stopped in Jordan. And and my guess is that's probably where the Israelis fiddled with them. It's not like, I mean, they've done this before where they've intercepted stuff and modified it. So
this has turned into conversation strange interchange in Houston. So I'm going to bring it back because Quizzer talked about the important thing.
Yes, that is tomorrow really talk like a pirate day, and it totally is.
That makes me happy. Someone remembers that.
Tomorrow is talk like a pirate day. So feel free to talk like this all day until it annoys the piss out of someone you know, and they beat you with a plank.
All right, take us to your memes. Go.
Okay.
Meme watch. Go.
All right. Is this round one? All right. These are the less political ones, the first round here. So here's our first one. How many concerts does Liam Gallagher have to do before they untie him? And if you don't know who Liam Gallagher is, he's the lead singer of Oasis, and they just got back together after years and are, I guess, charging outrageous prices for tickets. I'm not, like $7,000 a ticket, whatever it is. But there he is, tied up. His brother probably did that. Here's the next one. Arr. Young Galileo. He's so sad. Yeah? So I knew you'd like it. One of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Now the New Yorker's going to sue us. Thanks.
I know. Right. And this is also an oldie but a goodie.
The bright people.
Yep.
All right. There we have it.
There we go.
That brings us screaming into the Jackass of the Week.
Oh, does it?
Well, yeah, it's got to do it sometime.
There very quickly.
This is Neil Young.
Oh, see, there I was thinking.
And I'm proud to present my braying Jackass of the Week.
That everything was running very smoothly tonight, and then the Jackass goes all stuttery on me. All right. Jackass number 1. Man, she's hard to beat, and she's always up here, especially since she's talking so much now. Now, we were talking about this a little earlier. You got started talking about this. She did actually sit down and do an interview with something called Action News which I think might be an ABC affiliate. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, the guy who's talking here and interviewing her, his name is Brian Taff, I want to say. So he starts with the question, and he asks a very specific question. And I'm going to let this clip run for a while. It's about a minute long, just so you can appreciate the subtle nuances of Pamela Ack's answer. Here we go.
We're sitting here in a state and arguably in front of an audience that 54 days from now could decide the outcome of this presidential election. You hear it more than I do. People want to know more about you and about your specific plans. At the debate the other night, you talked about creating an opportunity economy. I wonder if we can drill down on that a little bit. When we talk about bringing down prices and making life more affordable for people, what are one or two specific things you have in mind for that?
Now, you notice he said specific things you have in mind. Here's
One or two, yeah.
Here's Pamela Ack's answer.
Well, I'll start with this. I grew up a middle-class kid. My mother raised my sister and me. She worked very hard. She was able to finally save up enough money to buy our first house when I was a teenager. I grew up in a community of hardworking people, you know, construction workers and nurses and teachers. And I try to explain to some people who may not have had the same experience, you know, but a lot of people will relate to this. You know, I grew up in a neighborhood of folks who were very proud of their lawn, you know? And I was raised to believe and to know that all people deserve dignity.
You can kind of hear her lose the thread of it there, can't you? She's not done.
Well,
And that we as Americans have a beautiful character. You know, we have ambitions and aspirations and dreams, but not everyone necessarily has access to the resources that can help them fuel those dreams and ambitions.
Now, again, I want to point out that was a minute. Now, I had the entire clip of this, and she does actually get to something like an answer eventually, and her answer is a $50,000 tax credit for small businesses, startups, and then there was another tax credit for something else. But those were the only two things she mentioned, and it took her 3.5 minutes to get there. And that was her answer.
It was blowing me.
well, she had to have time for her staff to figure out an answer and then transmit it through
Right,
her,
and whisper it into her ear. Right.
through her earpiece that looked like you know, the pearl earrings.
See, because this was a live interview, I don't think it aired live again, because why would she do that? But I just imagine in my mind, you know, the Impractical Jokers, when they do the thing where they're out in public and the guys are writing down the lies they have to say, and they use the big pieces of paper, and they're standing across the park showing them so they can read the things off the paper. I have the mental image of that, where they're standing behind the interviewer with the big pieces of paper about what things she should say. Yeah.
I don't know if she can read. Next. Next, come on.
All right. Next, we go to the U.S. Virgin Islands, to everyone's favorite sort of congresswoman, because it is the Virgin Islands, Stacey Plaskett. Now, to be fair to Stacey, this is actually from about a year ago, but it's pretty relevant because it's one of the best Freudian slips ever made. Here we go.
Having Trump not only have had the codes, but now having the classified information for Americans and being able to put that out and share it in his resort with anyone and everyone who comes through should be terrifying to all Americans, and he needs to be stopped.
Oh, what did you say? What was that?
Having
Here,
Trump
let's hear that
not
again.
only Americans, and he needs to be stopped.
A tisket, a tasket, an idiot with a basket.
Yeah.
Well, that's we want to talk more about her. You know, she's Miss Irrelevant.
Well, you know, and not only Miss Irrelevant, but now I can't find it. There.
She's such an idiot!
That one too.
All right.
It's not just the dead eyes coat. She got the crazy eyes too, and really large Steven Tyler-esque teeth. I'm worried that she can unhinge her jaw and bite me.
We should give the Virgin Islands back to the Dutch.
As long as they take her with it.
Yes.
That's fine. And they would say, geez, Mark, what did the Dutch do to you?
Nothing. He lives to a higher standard.
Question more of like, what have they done for me lately?
Well, they could take her back, you know.
All right, so folks, we need our votes. Vote now, vote often. I mean, you know, I can see who you are, so you only get one vote, no matter how many times you say a different thing. But feel free, vote.
You want me to chime in yet?
Not quite yet. Tim's coming in with the one.
Okay.
We need some good waiting for the vote to happen music.
Dun, 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 dun.
I know we need the music from like Jeopardy on Final Jeopardy.
Yeah, they would sue us. Yeah. Oh wait, here we go.
All right. So far, it is unanimous for the people who have voted so far. It's all for Ms. Harris. Your thoughts, Mark?
Yes, I'm going to vote for Ms. Harris.
It is
unanimous.
unanimous.
And I would like to vote for number one. And I'll have another vote for Ms. Harris.
Jay Humphrey says, number one, though, it looks like you could beach a cruise ship on the forehead of number two. Well said.
I think that's actually Lester Holt in drag.
Oh,
it looks like we have a winner.
Get to press the ding, ding, ding.
It's running slow tonight. Oops. Yeah, there we go. That's the one we want. She's tough to beat, Pamela is, when it comes to Jackass.
All right.
And this has been Neil Young's Braying Jackass of the Week.
If she loses, we're going to have to find her address and send her a trophy.
Absolutely. Trophy. Yes.
And, you know, who knows? She won't be doing anything, so maybe she'll want to come on and help co-host. Can you imagine what a train wreck that would be? In fact, she would probably take umbrage at 2 minutes of guns in 1 minute.
Is it time for that?
Absolutely.
There it is. Are you ready, Mark?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
So I saw an interesting article by Sheriff Jim Wilson today on the topic of where to put firearms for home defense. And particularly, he was thinking about, you know, in case of defending yourself against a sudden and violent home invasion. You know, but interestingly, even though, you know, I don't know about most of you, but, you know, I work all day. I come home, I watch a little bit of TV, or, you know, I have dinner, and I go to bed. And and I'm probably like most people, I'm in bed for 8 hours a day. He did not mention the bedroom. It's one of the places. I would think that would be an obvious place to keep a firearm. You know, and then once you figure out where you want to keep it, you know, at least generally, then you need to figure out more specifically how you're going to store it and all that. You have kids, you have to, you know, they're going to require you to lock it up. You know, and that brings a whole bunch of other issues into it. Because, of course, trying to access a firearm quickly when it's locked up is sort of an oxymoron. But anyway, there's my thoughts. At least look at your bedroom.
There you go. My thoughts are, why not every place? Well, no, you know, I hate to give away family secrets, but, you know, so every place I have a fire extinguisher, I have a gun nearby. Because if there's a problem, it just have to go to the one place. And, you know, there's a lot of places that, you know, I have fire extinguishers.
To be fair, his number one recommendation was you just wear the gun around home if possible. So it's always there. But, you know, again, most people actually spend most of their time at home asleep in bed because they're getting ready for their next day of work. And, you know, and I don't know very many people that, you know, strap a gun on their waist before they go to bed. So,
well,
seems like it'd be induce a lot of back problems.
Now you know.
Now
Yeah.
they know.
My secret's out.
So again, I have a fire extinguisher in my bedroom because that's the best place to have it is in the bedroom. And next to the fire extinguisher is actually more than one gun. So just, I'm liberating that for the People's Collective. Please. All right. Are we ready for thinking really fast? And Mark, that was an excellent article. Again, once again, you do a yeoman's job of smashing 2 minutes of gun into 1 minute. So
Yes.
that
Very
deserves
well done.
applause.
Well, thank you. Although technically, I really did go to 2 minutes at least this time.
Well, no, we were talking about it. See, you were finished. We could have just ignored you and moved right on. It would have been perfect as it was. All right. Next is think real fast.
Think real fast.
Answer cats in the cradle. Question, what does a Haitian have for dinner? Looks like ABC lied in their fact check, and plenty of people have reported Haitians being especially fond of cats in Springfield, including their city manager. And even alleged police reports, I've seen those, police reports from before the debate about Haitians eating cats. Mark, the important question is, what sauce do you think would pair best with an Italian cat dinner? Would it be red sauce or white sauce?
Well, I'd read somebody the other day that said that cats taste a lot like chicken, so I'm going to go with the white sauce.
Excellent choice. The missus, is this a catastrophe?
Depends on whether or not you're the cat.
Or the owner. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one of the stories I read talked about that there are several Haitians that had like 100 cats that they'd in this van, and I'm thinking of these Haitians running around catching cats in just suburban neighborhoods, and then end up with 100 of them, and like, hey, this is dinner. Anyway, speaking
So,
of
do they
bombs,
bonk them on the head first, or are they just running around live in the van?
they were all apparently live in the van, I guess. So, again, I wasn't there.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
All right. Well, speaking of bomb threats, Springfield had 33, Springfield, Ohio, but they were all from a single country, a single foreign country. Mark, why does Madagascar hate Haitians so much?
Um, I don't know that those people hate each other a lot. They hate. I understand they don't like in Africa. I've seen several videos from African Americans that have moved back or moved to Africa. Sorry, not back, but moved to Africa, and they're like treated like total outsiders. Nobody likes them. So I would suspect it's something like that. They don't really consider the Haitians to really be African, and they probably like cats in Madagascar, but not to eat. I mean, as pets or something. So
The missus, why won't they tell us which nation it is, and why does that make you think it's India?
Do they eat a lot of cats in India? I mean, they don't eat cows. I was not aware.
I'm asking you, why would you think it's India?
I wasn't aware that I was
tell you,
thinking it was India.
if those threats started to come from a Middle Eastern country, those Haitians would probably be changing their tune real fast.
Wonder if it's a Dominican Republic saying, "We told you, keep them off our island." All right. Speaking of India, reports are that at least 91 Indians were scammed into fighting for Russia against Ukraine, and many are on their way back home to India after some sort of negotiation. Mark, why did they redeem?
Why did they redeem them?
Do not
That's
redeem.
a good question. I mean, India has overpopulation problems. I think they should have just left them.
The missus, how many Russian call centers does it take to scam an Indian?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, they got to bring their A game for that.
You must come here to get free vodka. All you can drink.
There's one for Quizzer.
Catamaran. Oh. All right. Next on the Serbia has applied for membership in the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Interparliamentary Assembly, which includes only nations in Southeast Asia. So literally the picture of the place, it's like, it's like Indonesia and Vietnam and New Guinea. Those are the only nations in it. So Mark, since Serbia applied for membership, do you think this is proof that the flat earth theory is correct?
I think they just saw Southeast and stopped. They didn't read any further.
Again, what makes you think Serbs can read? The missus, do you think Serbia took a wrong turn into Albuquerque?
Well, they should have taken the right instead of the left.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, what's the problem? Everybody gets confused when they hit St. Louis.
No, it's Albuquerque. Always
No.
Albuquerque.
No, I should have taken
No,
the
he
left turn in Albuquerque.
I thought he was supposed to take a right turn. Yeah, but wasn't he trying to get to St. Louis? I don't know.
Well, but communism does not pay. It's reported that Justin Trudeau, this is really a true story, that is reported. It's not something I'm making up. So he made all his lefty members of parliament, everybody in his coalition, sit through a long presentation of Justin where they played the theme from Rocky in the background, and Justin spent the entire time comparing himself to Rocky. Mark, is it because that Justin likes to gargle things that have the consistency of raw eggs?
I don't know. I doubt I've gargled anything that he has, so I really wouldn't know what the consistency is.
The missus, do you think Justin's father, Fidel, would have been proud?
Okay, you're going to have to tell me what. I was looking for a thing. Sorry.
Oh my God, you're so boring. I fell asleep.
It's just Trudeau.
No, this is
Trudeau
what I was
comparing
looking
himself
for.
To Rocky. I don't. Does Trudeau run around, yelling for Adrian or?
Don't let me interrupt.
Okay.
Now I'm hungry for meow mix.
Now we have our voting music. That needs to be our voting music.
That's the voting music? Okay.
That's the voting music. From now on we'll have our Haitian voting mix. We'll call it our Haitian election music. All right. So, okay. The missus, do you think Justin's father, Fidel, would have been proud?
You're still not explaining to me what he would have been proud of.
Oh my God. Communism doesn't pay. It's reported that Justin Trudeau made his lefty members of parliament sit through a long presentation where they played the theme from Rocky, and Justin spent the entire time comparing himself to Rocky.
Did he take his shirt off and do muscle poses?
I don't know.
That would have been worth it.
Yeah, I don't
Totally
think Fidel would have been. I don't think Fidel would have been proud of him because.
And you've mentioned the communists, so.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Mark, you were saying?
Oh, I don't think Fidel would have been proud of him because Trudeau still hasn't, executed all the capitalists.
That's true, though. All right, Fed Chair Jerome Powell admits all the massive waves of illegal aliens have increased unemployment. Mark, isn't it important that Americans go jobless so that American companies can have a slightly higher profit?
Of course it is. In fact, that was the whole reason that all those Haitians went into Springfield was because the factories in the area wanted cheap labor.
That's what I think that George Washington was fighting for. The missus, isn't unemployment the truly American way of life?
Seems to be, yeah. I heard something the other day that, there's always the talk about the wage gap and how the poor keep getting poorer and the rich keep getting richer. Well, it's because when we consider poor people in the U.S., we don't count any of the transfer payments from the government. When you include those in, the average poor person makes about $65,000 a year.
There you go. And they won't be impacted at all by the next news story. In related news, the Fed today announced a 0.5% reduction in interest rates. Mark, did you, like so many others, miss that crushing inflation that the higher interest rate took away?
I haven't noticed any inflation. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's obviously a right-wing lie. The missus, why can't people leave Kamala alone as she creates high prices?
Racism.
Global
Ooh.
warming.
Ooh, that's a good answer.
All right. All right. For the first time since 1988, the Teamsters aren't endorsing the Democrat nominee for president because Trump won their internal poll by 60% to 34%, double the votes of Kamala. Mark, is it because the Teamsters just hate Indians?
Global warming.
I
don't know. Do they hate Indians? Probably. I don't know. I think it's probably because they actually listened to what she said, what little she said about what she plans to do to them.
The missus, why would the Teamsters not redeem?
Because the guy whose job it is to go and buy the gift cards was in the bathroom. And so no one would go do it. That's a union job.
Union job. I'm sorry. Can't do that. That's Vikram's job, and Vikram's in the bathroom.
Not here.
So, yeah. All right, breaking. This is breaking news.
I'll get there.
Breaking news.
The FBI notes that Iran sent Trump campaign information. So the information from the Trump campaign was sent to the Biden-Harris campaign, and it was hacked by the Iranians. Mark, why is Amy Schumer ultimately to blame for this?
Because the world revolves around her.
Her gravity well is not that big, Mark. I'm sorry. Close, but not quite.
I don't know. He's one of the densest people I know.
This was Amy Schumer, who is likewise dense, but also probably has more body folds. The missus, who knew that Iran even had the internet?
Well, I mean, they're probably massive consumers of pornography.
Got to do something underneath all those robes. California becomes the first state in the United States to make AI illegal for use in making a parody of candidates. Mark, why would we need that pesky First Amendment for anyway?
Well, the First Amendment promotes disinformation. Many times people will raise talking points that come from Republicans. And sure, we all know that's disinformation. So that's, and disinformation is the most evil thing in the world because we don't want people to get confused or have to think for themselves. So that's why the First Amendment needs to be done away with.
The missus, do you see any downside to this?
No, none whatsoever. It's
None
fine.
whatsoever.
Keep moving. Get back to sleep. We won the war.
Which brings us to our last Think Real Fast story. A billionaire, Larry Ellison of the Oracle Company, says a vast AI surveillance system can ensure, and I quote him directly, citizens will be on their best behavior. Mark, do you welcome our new AI overlords as I do?
Yeah, I think so. I've watched quite a few of the Terminator movies, and It just looks like a marvelous future.
The missus. Will AI put us in California jail if we use AI to make illegal memes about AI when AI decides to run for political office?
I think AI probably already is in political office in California, so I mean, it's kind of redundant.
And ever notice that Gavin Newsom looks exactly like the Joker? Just saying.
The Heath Ledger Joker or the Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
The skeletal cartoonish Joker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, completely different Joker.
Wait till he gets a little bit older. They don't look like the Joker from the 1960s series.
All right. Well, that takes us to the end of Think Real Fast.
Yeah. If I could get my mouse over there.
Think real fast.
Meme us out, lady.
Oh, it's meme time. Let's see. Okay. Here's the first of our more political ones. Tim Walz and his wife are like the super nice, quirky couple that you meet in the middle of a post-apocalyptic film, and about 15 minutes into your conversation, you realize they eat people.
And if you would look, you would find that I'd liked this and also reposted it. Yeah, there's something off on them. I agree. Mark, your thoughts on Tim Walz? Are you going to say that he's a stand-up guy and we're being too mean to him?
No, I think he's a total ass.
Don't be shy. You can tell
Moving
us
on.
what you think.
Yeah. Moving on. When you finally make it to middle class and inflation gets so high, it makes you lower class again.
Hide the Pain Harold.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Oh, Kamala Harris. And there's more?
One more.
I like it. That's it.
That's what I got. Yep.
That's what I got.
That's it. That was 8 solid memes.
8 solid memes. Mm-hmm. They were.
Well, I saw a pretty good one today, and it's simple enough. I think I can describe it, but it's a picture of a shoelace is broken, and it goes, "My shoelace broke today." Most people would blame it on Trump, but I think it was because of global warming.
Mm-hmm. And Quizzer notes that Tim Walz also has a mangina.
Mangina, yep.
Because I think he identifies as a mangina, but that's up to him.
He's a giant gaping mangina, is what he is.
Yeah, that's up to him and Mr. Waltz. Anyway, so we need some meme theme music. Give us some meow mix.
Oh, you want the meow mix?
I do.
Okay, let me get back. My computer's running really slow. Here we go.
The operator.
There you go.
That's perfect. And I was nodding my head just in time with that because it's so good. All right.
Just be careful. That can be used as a lure for Haitians.
So they drive around with an ice cream truck, but instead of the ice cream truck music, that's what's blaring out of the speakers.
Now that we need to make an AI video of. That would be glorious. All right, folks.
Well, I think before we get out of here, because I just saw this in my queue here and forgot we had it.
Okay.
And it just deserves some more play.
Gather around, folks, it's time to tune in to the chaos and chatter, let the fun begin. It's Bombs and Bants with John, Mark, and the missus, where the news gets twisted, oh what a bliss. John's cracking jokes, with a grin so wide. Mark stirring up trouble, never on the safe side. And the missus, oh, she's the queen of sass. Together they're a trio causing quite a mess. Bombs and Bants, where chaos meets news. John, Mark, and the missus giving us the clues from headlines to hijinks. Bombs and Bants, keeping us coming back.
I like it.
I like that.
I like it. I like it. And Quizzer says working in somehow.
Yeah.
It's got a good feel to it, but nobody wants more than a 7-second intro song. Codex says on the site to share. The missus, if you would send that to me as an MP3, I could send it on off.
Sure. Yeah, I can probably do that.
Yep. Okay. All right. Any other thoughts? And guys, my email is on my webpage, wilderwealthywise.com. So you just always email me anytime you want to, and I can send you stuff like this.
Tattered Playlist says top hats, canes, and net stocking gals. How does Tattered Playlist know how we dress for the podcast?
I've sent him photos. He did not see the marching beavers, though.
Well, that's paid content, so you know.
That's paid content. Oh, boy.
You got to go to Wilder's OnlyFans for that.
But the fans are made of wood, but it's good solid walnut. It's hardwood. So, and the beavers make the wood. We don't want to go into that any further. We should probably just stop right there. Okay. Beyond that, Mark, do you have any closing thoughts for the week?
I bet you Kamala's an expert on beavers.
I hear she knows her way around woodworking too, so I guess we'll just leave that to where that is. The missus, your thoughts?
No, I think that's about it. That's where you say that's why she's the best color woman in the business, folks.
That's right.
All right. Well, my real final thoughts is I like turtles.
You like turtles? All right. Well, on that note,
see, I have to get back over there. Mark said the magic word, and so I have to.
I like turtles.
There we go.
Well, on that note, I hope everyone had a fun time, as fun a time as I did. My face is it's actually, the smile muscles are a little sore. So as always, I'm John. I had a blast. I hope you did too. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you here next week.
Well, this is Mark, and yeah, it was great. Everyone, have a good week.
And since we're all just awkwardly signing off here because I don't even know anymore. I'm the missus. And y'all come back now. You hear?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my friggin'